this video lecture, I will discuss about the definition of probability, then some properties or axioms, next few examples on the basis of direct application of the definition of probability, and using the sum rule and product rule, how we can find probability. Definition of probability. If there are n mutually exclusive, exhaustive and equally likely cases of which m cases are favorable to the happening of an event A, then probability P of the happening of A is PA is equal to m by n. M means the number of favorable cases in the event A, n means the total cases, that is ns. Probability of happening of A, if this, then from here we can find probability of non-happening. Non-happening means probability of A complement. A complement, it will be favorable cases total minus that m cases included in the event A, n minus m divided by n, which is 1 minus m by n, that is 1 minus PA. That means probability of the happening of an event A plus probability of non-happening of the event A is equal to always 1. And from here, if probability of happening is given, then we can easily find probability of non-happening of the event. The properties of probabilities. Probability of the null set always 0, because from the definition of probability we know for any event this is number of favorable cases in the event divided by total cases. This is the definition. So P phi means the event here phi. So in the null set there is no element, so 0 by the number of elements in the sample space giving 0. Probability of sample space will be PS here ns by ns giving 1. And for any event in a random experiment, probability of the event always lies between 0 and 1. The probability can never take less than 0 value and greater than 1 value. Next, if A and B are mutually exclusive events, that is, if their intersection is phi, then always we have probability of A union B is equal to probability of A plus probability of B. These points you have to remember very carefully. Next, one more point I want to mention here. Students, if you are confusing the mutually exclusive, equally likely, exhaustive events, all those part I have given already in the prerequisite. The link is given in the description section. Example 1, this is the direct application of probability. Means how we can apply the definition of probability over here. So two unbiased dice are thrown. When one unbiased die we thrown, we get sample space 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here two unbiased dice are thrown, so you have to find the Cartesian product. This set with itself. So, finding the Cartesian product, we will get this kind of pairs. So here we have total 36 pairs, means we have 36 sample points. Next, we have to find the probability of getting a sum of 6. So event is what here? Getting a sum of 6. So we can take the event as using capital letter, event of getting a sum of 6. So what will be the favorable cases in A then? From the sample space, You have to see those pairs which can give us the sum of 6. So we have from the first row 1 5, then 2 4, 3 3, 2 4 means from the second row, then 3 3 from the third, then we have 4 2, next 5 1. So these are only possibilities which can give us the sum of 6. So these are the favorable cases. So NA we have 5 favorable cases. Therefore, required probability will be, as per the definition, NA by NS, so giving 5 by 36. So which is the required probability of getting a sum of 6? Next example, a bag contains 7 red and 4 white balls. 2 balls are drawn at random. To find the probability that both the balls are same color, both the balls are of same color. Number 2, one ball is white and another one is red. So to find this, you can take help of sum rule and product rule. So let's see now the total number of drawings of 2 balls. So here you have to select balls from the bag randomly. So as it's a selection, so we can use the combination. Here permutation will not come because order doesn't matter. So number of ways of drawing 2 balls is equal to, in the bag total 7 red plus 4 white means total we have 11 balls. From 11 2 to select, so 11 C2 ways. So using the combination rule, value is 55. Next, the first part of the question, both the balls are of same color. So both the balls are of same color if either 2 red or 2 white drawn. Also, when you draw 2 red, already you have 2. In the question you are allowed to draw only 2 balls at a time. So that's why when you have picked the 2 red, at the same moment 2 white you cannot draw. That means simultaneously not happening, so sum rule you have to apply. Therefore, required probability is equal to 2 red will come from red balls, red total 7. So from 7 to plus white will come from white, so white there 4, from 4 2. Next total there 11 C2, so 11 C2 means 55, 7 C2 we have 21, 4 C2 6, so 27 by 55. This is the required probability of getting both the balls are of same color. In the second part of the question you can see we have to find probability of one ball is white and another one is red. So for that, one ball is white and one is red. So these two cases happening simultaneously. That's why here we have to apply product rule. So required probability of getting one ball white and another red is similarly one ball coming from the white, so 4C1, another one red will come from red. Here you can see the word and there, that means simultaneously happening, and 2 balls to draw. and 2. So simultaneously 2 to draw, one white and another red. That's why their multiplication, product rule only. And total cases 11 C2. So simplifying, we have 4C1 4, 7C1 7, 4 into 7 giving 28. So hence the required probability of getting one ball white and another one red. Let's see another example. To find probability that a leap year selected at random will contain 53 Sundays. So here, in the leap year we have to find probability of containing 53 Sundays. So leap year means we have 366 days. Meaning is 52 full weeks plus 2 extra days, or we can say 2 over days. Then you can see here 52 full weeks means surely we will get 52 Sundays. So getting the 53 Sunday depend on the extra 2 days. So now we will see the possibilities of extra 2 days. So extra 2 days possibilities are, it can be Sunday, Monday, it can be Monday, Tuesday, it can be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Saturday, Sunday. So these are the only possibilities for getting for this extra 2 days. So now you can see our aim is to find probability of getting the 53 Sundays, and that 53 Sunday depend on this extra 2 days. That means the total number of cases in our sample space is here 1 to 7. So required probability of getting that 53 Sunday is equal to denominator the total cases, 53 Sunday depending on this 7 cases. So 7 here denominator. Next, the favorable cases. The occurrence of Sunday depend on, means the favorable cases here only the case 1 and case 7. That means 2 cases are favorable of obtaining the 53 Sunday. So favorable divided by total. So giving the required probability of getting the 53 Sunday. Hence the probability. Students, the sum rule, product rule, those statements as well as the permutation combination, everything given in the prerequisite part. So you will get the link in the description section.